What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. Errol Spence Jr. Versus Terence Crawford. The saga continues. Honestly, do you guys really want to see a rematch with Errol Spence coming out with all these excuses? Seriously, let me know in the comment section if you guys really want to see a rematch. I'm so over the rematch now. I only would want to see is just to see what Errol Spence can do again. See if he can at least land one or two jabs. That's the only reason why I would want to see it again. Other than that, I'm not really interested in it anymore. I think I'm not interested in it because of the excuses. The excuses is not for a guy like me. The excuses are for the casuals. Errol Spence's excuses is not for a guy like me. They're for the casuals because I knew the excuses was going to come. I did multiple lives where I said the excuses was going to come. I predicted the excuses was going to come. But I didn't think they was going to come how they're coming like this. They're coming from like every single angle. It's like every single day Errol is saying a new excuse. I didn't expect that. You know, I knew Errol was going to make excuses, but I didn't think it was going to be this many excuses. The guy has made about 1 million excuses already. At first, we thought he was only going to come with the eye. But then he came with the eye. He came with the rib. He's coming with everything, bro. You know. Everything his fans was insinuating, he's coming with it. The only thing he hasn't said yet is that Terence Crawford was on snack. So that's the only thing he hasn't said. But every other excuse, he has confirmed it. So the list of excuses is legit. We thought the Errol sexuals were crazy. But they were on to something because Errol Spence himself is confirming everything the Errol sexuals were saying. He's confirming everything the Errol sexuals were saying, man. Everything these guys were saying, Errol Spence is he's literally, you know what I'm saying, like identically repeating everything they were saying. And the crazy thing about this, right? It's been like that for a while now in the sport of boxing. You know, when you come on the internet and you listen to a lot of the Errol sexuals and the Errol Spence fanboys, everything they used to be saying about Terence Crawford ain't fought nobody, Errol Spence literally used their talking points for the build-up. He used their talking points. Everything they were saying, Errol Spence himself was saying it in the Terence Crawford build-up. My thing is, all of that shouldn't matter. The only thing that should matter is the fact that what the Errol sexuals were saying. And what was these guys saying for the last 5 years? Errol Spence is too big. Crawford is too small. Crawford is light in the ass. Errol Spence is going to break Terence Crawford. Crawford is light in the ass. He's light in the ass, man. Errol's too big. Errol's going to break him. When Errol hit him, if Gamboa hurt him, what you think Errol Spence going to do to him? Gamboa hurt Crawford. Mean Machine hurt Crawford. What you think Errol going to do to him? If Mean Machine hurt Crawford, what you think Errol going to do to him? Errol's too big. He's too big. He's too strong. If Mean Machine rocked Crawford, Imagine what Earl's going to do to him. Imagine what Earl's going to do to him. If Mean Machine hurt Terence Crawford, just imagine what Earl's going to do to him. Once Earl touched that chin, it's over for Terence Crawford. Come fight night, Earl touches Terence Crawford's chin. Crawford takes the punch well and asks Earl, "Is that all you got?" If that's all you got, you're in for a long night. This is what Crawford said. He said, "When Earl hit me with a good left hand on the chin, I looked to him and asked him, if that's all you got, you're in for a long," and told him, if that's all you got, you're in for a long night. I remember the Earl sexual saying, Earl Spence Jr. is going to be throwing 100 punches around. This is why he's going to win. And I try to educate them on the sport of boxing by telling them 100 punches around is going to be the reason why he loses. Not why he wins. It's going to be the reason why he loses. They didn't understand what I was saying. I said 100 punches around. It's going to be the reason why he loses. If he's going to fight Crawford, he needs to lower his output because Crawford is a sniper. This is a guy that can do it all. He can fight going backwards, coming forward. He punch with you. He punch in between your punches. And he always gets there first. That's not a guy you want to throw 100 punches around against. And that's why Jerron Ennis is going to get stopped if he fights Crawford too, because he has a high output as well. He's going to get stopped because he throws a lot of punches too. If he's throwing a lot of punches against Crawford, he's going to get stopped. I'm telling you, if somebody's a sharp shooter like a Terence Crawford, you cannot force their hand. And that's what Earl Spence did. And he couldn't stop the inevitable because that's his style of fighting. He throws a lot of punches. But the more punches he throws, the more he leaves himself vulnerable. And this is what I kept trying to tell boxing fans. I kept trying to tell the Earl Sexuals on my live when we broke down the fight. I said the more punches Earl Spence throws, the more acceptable he's going to be to Terence Crawford counters. Sharp punches, short punches, his hooks, everything. He's going to get hit with everything. I kept trying to tell these guys. These guys wanted to argue me down. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. Like I'm not in the gym every single day. Like I don't talk to professional boxers. Like I don't talk to world-renowned trainers. Like I don't spar elite pro-level fighters. I'm telling these dudes, I know from experience what's going to happen when Earl Spence get in the ring with a guy like Bud. And they're telling me, no, you're a Bud fanboy. You look at your channel name. Bud Crawford beats Easy Rude Spence. That's just a catchy channel name. That's just a catchy channel name. I only created that name because I thought that was the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, and I wanted to help promote the fight. It's not because I'm just a Bud Crawford fanboy. I'm a boxing fan first. If Crawford doing something I don't like, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna criticize him. The difference for me and the Eurosexuals, they refuse to criticize Earl Spence when he's doing something wrong. If Crawford's doing something wrong, and I feel like he's in the wrong, like for example, I want to see the Jerron Ennis fight. I think Crawford think he's not gonna make the money. He's not gonna make the same amount of money he made with Earl Spence. That's why he's not entertaining the Jerron Ennis fight. It's not because he don't believe he can beat Jerron. It's because You know, I've came this far. Fighting Jaron Ennis is going backwards. Fighting Jaron Ennis is like going backwards, honestly, guys. Think about it. Crawford fighting Jaron Ennis is like going backwards. He can't get in a ring with a guy fighting in the theaters still. He has to get in the ring with a pay-per-view draw. Or somebody who's been on pay-per-view, like a Charlo, who just was on the biggest stage against Canelo Alvarez. That's a guy Terence Crawford want to get in the ring with. A Charlo fight right now, because a lot of people know who Charlo is. But I don't think it has a lot of steam to it because of how Charlo lost now. Maybe a Tim Tszyu fight in Australia. Big money fights, man. This is what Terence Crawford wants. The guy's 36 years old. He's not getting any younger. Jaron Boots Ennis will get his shot. He'll get a chance. He had 2 opportunities already and he turned it down. He had 2 opportunities already to fight Crawford and he turned those opportunities down. But anyway, getting back to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Errol Spence Jr. For years we had to listen to you Errol sexuals say Crawford's light in the ass. He's too small. Errol Spence by knockout. Errol Spence going to snatch his eye. He's a body snatcher, eye collector. Everything you said about Terence Crawford turned out to be the opposite. Everything you said was going to happen to Crawford happened to Errol Spence. Now Errol Spence is damaged goods. He doesn't have an eye. He doesn't have a body. His 2 biggest weapons has been taken away from him. He's not a body snatcher no more. And he's not an eye collector. In fact, he's the one getting his body snatched and his eye collected. You can't make this shit up. The roles has been reversed. And the crazy thing is, that's Errol Spence's favorite saying. The roles have reversed. That's his famous saying. The roles have reversed. Earl loved to say that. Oh my gosh, the roles have reversed. I'll be like, Earl, cut it out, man. He always say that to like the Keith Thurmans of the world because he feels like Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, them guys didn't want to fight him. When he was calling them out, he was like 14, 15-0. And they kept ignoring him. But now, he feels like he felt like he was the man. He was calling all the shots. But then he did the same thing to Terence Crawford. He didn't want to fight Bud. You know, none of them guys over there at PBC wanted to fight Bud. They froze Bud out. They was laughing at the man. When they could have made their highest payday, Sean Porter was the only brave one. We got the only person we can respect from the PBC. Sean Porter, he was the only guy that crossed the street, went over the top rank to fight Terence Crawford. Sean Porter's a warrior. Out of everybody that fought Terence Crawford, Sean Porter, we got to give Sean Porter his props. Anyway, it's your boy No Credit, and I'm out.